And here we are at the reviewing area. And here we have the Play Arts Kai Dante from Devil May Cry 3 on the reviewing area. Now, like I said from the intro, I am gonna get to what Devil May Cry started in, like what year it started in. But before I do that, to tell y'all what Play Arts Kai is. I do have a little list here to read of what it is. So, Play Arts are a line of action figures produced by Kotobukiya of Final Fantasy and other Square Enix properties and license. They are made of PVC and stand at an average of 7 to 9 178-229 millimeter inches, depending on the character. Some characters come with props, such as weapons or vehicles, as well as additional hands, feet, and heads in order to better customize the figurine into a pose of the buyer's choosing. Each figurine comes with an average of 20 articulation points. And it also says here, in 2009, the Play Arts Kai label was introduced, possessing improved articulation, more accessories, and slightly larger size than the original Play Arts figures. And in 2014, the variant Play Arts Kai label was introduced, with designs of characters reimagined by various Square Enix artists. So from what I read, to y'all as the audience, Play Arts Kai was first named as Play Arts, but then in like 2009, that they started naming it Play Arts Kai. What was introduced, possessing improved articulations. So I think when Play Arts started making action figures, their articulations were kinda okay-ish. But then in 2009, they started possessing improved articulations and more accessories and slightly larger size than the original PlayArts figures. But then in 2014, the variant PlayArts Kai label was introduced with designs of characters reimagined by various Square Enix artists. So in 2014, they started introducing labeled characters reimagined by various Square Enix artists. Okay. So that is a little history of what PlayArts Kai is all about. And now for the action figure we're going to be taking a look at. So, what is Devil May Cry? Well, Devil May Cry originally started in 2001 for the PlayStation 2, which I am a big fan of PlayStation 2 because the PlayStation 2 is and has always been my favorite game console ever, and it still is in today's time where I'm at. And like I said, it started in 2001 for the PlayStation 2, and there is actually 3 PlayStation 2 games of Devil May Cry, 1, 2, and 3. And there are other sequels, but they're on like the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. And there's like remakes of it, and I think reboots of it. But I only know the PlayStation 2 version because that is what I always remember. And while we're talking about the 3 PlayStation 2 games of Devil May Cry, the first game that came out in 2001 was a good game. Not the best one, because it does have some things that are kind of not so great in it. But it is still a good game. For the time it came out and in today's time. So it is still an enjoyable game. Just not really the best game. Because there are some things that would have been a lot better. And the second game, from what I heard, is garbage. Yeah. The second game of Devil May Cry for the PlayStation 2 is trash. And that's from what I heard. And the reason why I heard it was trash is because it's kind of boring. Whereas the first one was much enjoyable, the second one is where everything went downhill. And the third game, where this figure is from, is a huge improvement from the second game, and also a lot better than the first one. In other words, it's a really enjoyable and fun game, and one of the best game consoles ever for PlayStation 2. And as for the other ones, for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, and I think that there's one for the PlayStation 5, I know nothing about them. All I know is just the PlayStation 2 version, which is where this figure is from. But anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the figure. First, I will have to move the camera up some. So, as you can see, he is wearing a nice red jacket on him, and as you can see on the back, I do have some of his weapons, and he does come with one more accessory, but we'll get to that in a minute. But as you can see, he does have a nice red leather jacket on him, and as you can tell here, he is shirtless, because that's what he was in the trying to remember if he was shirtless in the first game, or no. I just remembered. In the first and second game, he wasn't shirtless, from what I remember, or he might be. But in the third game, where this figure's from, he is shirtless. And as you can see, he is wearing some nice pants on him. And this part of the pants, as you can see, does move because this will help move his legs a lot better for the articulation. So that's why this part of the pants, as you can see, is a soft rubbery material, and it does shift around. And going up to his head sculpt here, as you can see, he does have his traditional white hair here, and his eyes are, there we go. You can see his eyes are painted and sculpted in. And going down to his jacket here, you could see he does have a lot of nice painted and sculpted details for the jacket, like he does have some painted, well, tiny little painted in details here, which I think is supposed to represent the zipper of his jacket. And you too have some nice silver paint here for the straps here. And some nice brown paint here. And yeah, as you can see, he does look like he has been, well, yeah, he does have some nice painted and sculpted in abs here, because I don't know if he works out in the gym, or maybe, but going to his arms here, really nice painted and sculpted in sleeves, and you can see he is wearing some fingerless gloves here. And on this side here, you may notice that one of the sleeves is missing. That's because he tore off one of his sleeves from, if I remember, he was fighting for Virgil and then Dante got stabbed, and then he got back on his feet, and that's why he tore off the sleeve here of his jacket. Yes. And going down to the pants again. As you can see, he does have some painted in zippers and buttons for here. And the pants do have some nice brown to it. But like some, I think it's brown black wash. Yeah, I think it's a brown wash paint to it. I think that they're supposed to make it look like it's dirty. Yeah. And going down to his boots here. Some nice black paint with some gold and silver paint for the little belt buckle things on his boots. And on the bottom of his boots. Now you may notice on the bottom of his feet here, you may notice that this part, the toe part of the boot is straight, which you can see right there. Well, yeah. So this toe part of the boot on this foot is straight, but on here you could see the toe part of the boot on this foot is really kind of crooked. Now, why is it like that? I'll get to why when we get to the articulation. But coming back up, oh yeah, I almost forgot to show you. I don't know if y'all already saw it, but I think that the jacket here does have that same black wash. Well, the pants had a brown wash paint to it. And I think that the red jacket here has a black wash paint. Because you could see here, it does kind of have a black wash paint to it. And you two have some nice silver paint for these little belt things for his holsters where his guns store. a a really cool figure all around. And he still does stand. Just have to get him properly but balanced right. From that little crooked toe that I have, that y'all saw. And now for articulation. Dante's head does rotate all the way around, but of course the jacket part does hinder it some. But he can look up about that far and down about there, and can kind of tilt it side to side. Arms are on ball joints, and they too have an armpit joint here. Move in and out on a I'm trying to see if it's on a ratchet or not. No. That they're not on a ratchet when you try to move them out. Okay. But they too have a bicep swivel, a ratcheted elbow joint, which is a soft one, and for the hands, that they can move up and down on a soft ratchet, but if you rotate the hinge joint and the hand, you can have it move up and down like that, like this. Ball joint at the torso, and does he have a ball joint at the waist? I'm gonna have to remove his sword, because it does kind of get in the way. No. Okay. So I'm checking to see if I didn't break anything. And I don't think I haven't. So he has a ball joint at the torso, but not in the waist. Okay. But this part here that does move on two joints, two separate joints. So this can separate and kind of move out of the way, and it can also move up and down on a ratchet. You can hear that. Hear those clicks. And for the legs, they can move up and down on a ratchet. And as y'all saw, this part of the pants does shift as you move the legs. Move in and out on a ratchet. Thigh swivel. A double jointed knee on a ratchet. But as you can see, if you move both joints, it does kind of get a little weird when you move it at two joints. And for the feet, okay, now we get to the feet. So the feet does swivel at the boot, move up and down on a soft ratchet, and this part of the toe, where I was telling you where this is crooked and this is straight, they do swivel at the toe, but mine, I think, is paint stuck. And I have tried to I've tried to see if they can swivel without breaking it, because I know that they can, because I have watched videos of this figure, and these are supposed to swivel the toe part of the boot, but mine doesn't, because I think they're actually paint stuck. But they do swivel at the toe, and I don't know if y'all can see it, but oh yeah, there we go. You could see this seam line here around the toe part of the boot. So they are supposed to swivel, but mine doesn't do that. So I'm not gonna force it. And I did even had the same problem with one of his elbow or bicep swivels, which is on this part here. And I was being really careful not to break it, and then finally it made a snap sound. And it doesn't mean I broke it. It just made like a crack sound. And that was definitely paint stuck. But now I can move his bicep swivel. Now that it's not paint stuck, like his toe swivels are still. And that is it. So now for accessories.